Hello, this is ResilanBearcat, and welcome to our Apollo Let's Play series of Dyson Sphere Program. We are back with Dyson Sphere Program and our Apollo Let's Play. Now we're going to do something today and clean up a little bit of a mess that we left here last time that we were doing. So we can see our red cubes are coming over here. We've got drones coming over through here. We've got a couple of towers over here producing red cubes. So everything's kind of nice there, right? But look at all of these energy plants that aren't doing anything, all of this. Okay, so this is just a mess. I don't like this at all. We are going to change this and take this out and redo this. So we're going to take that out first thing. We're going to let this we're going to let this go in here and do some other things. We're going to go ahead and come over here and cut this at the source. Let this build out a little bit of what it's going to do, and then we're going to clean up. So we just don't like this. This is just no good. That's no good at all. Thermal burn rates. So how much does this thing burn? Each one of these things burn. Well, the answer to the burn rate on these things is, I believe, it depends. I have definitely seen different burn rates at different times. If I come in here and we come down here and we look at this particular, we're too far away to operate. Let's do this one right here. We actually see the burn rate of this thing, and it's actually telling me the burn rate, and there's nowhere on this grid that I see where it is telling me how much generation there is. It tells me how much power load there is. We're at 65%, those kind of things. But there's nowhere here that it tells me what the actual burn rate is of the item that I'm putting into it. Now that would be useful to know, and you can see that you can see how many units are in here, but we don't see how many there are. And you can see that, man, I am barely running any of these things. That's just, coming out of here. And you can see that my burn rate here, my satisfaction is very high. And I think that what we might be seeing is that the burn rate might be, it's definitely changing. Depending on how much I have on my grid, it's doing different things. So what we're going to do is we're just going to take a bunch of this stuff out of here. Just erase all of that. We're going to let this thing continue to burn out and get rid of this coal, or this oil, I should say. So we see there's the item coming down through here. So we're going to take that out. Just continue cutting this back as it burns this items out of here. So we want it to consume all of this and get rid of all of it. That's really what we're looking for, is for this to get rid of the iron. So this is coming over here. Now we could, to speed the process up of the burn rate, let's take this over to here. That'll speed the process up, because it'll put some of the items coming down here that currently aren't burning anything. And instead of so what we're going to do, because we have the X-ray cracking, so if we come in here, we can look at our blueprints here, right? And one of the things we have now is, we didn't have it originally, but we got our energy matrices, and we actually do have X-ray cracking. So X-ray cracking allows me to take an item, and I can, so let's start out with my oil extract refining right here. And so this process here, I have extracting, and the extracting, I take out 2 crude oil and I convert 2 crude oil to 2 refined oil and 1 hydrogen. Then I can take, so the X-ray cracking here, notice it takes 2 hydrogen and 1 refined oil, and then it produces 1 energized graphite and 3 hydrogen. So what happens is I can take one refinery that's producing the regular, if I'm coming here, I can take one that's doing this one right here, and it's producing 2 refined oil and 1 hydrogen, and I can feed 2 of the X-ray cracking, and I can then turn that will be 2 hydrogen and 2 refined oil coming out of that. I can feed those back and forth with each other, and then the outputs will produce 3 hydrogen and 1 graphite. I take 1 of the hydrogen over into the other one, and that will work out perfect for what I need. So I actually take 1 of those plus the other one that produces here. So I've got one hydrogen here, And then from the blue one of the process, I've got 2 here, and then I've got 2 more I've got 3 that are being produced. So I've got just enough. If I do them in clusters of 3, with 1 doing this and 2 doing this, I will be producing output, a balanced output of hydrogen and energized graphite, and that's exactly what I need to produce red cubes. So I can simplify this process, and that's what I'm going to do. Now this crude oil seep, if we look here, the crude oil seep is 2.25, and we are going to take all of this stuff out of here, and we're just going to redo every bit of this. So there we go, and we can see here that the energized graphite here, that's removed out of the component. So that will be my hydrogen, and I'm going to recreate that. So let's go back in here, and let's go to our erase. Come back into here, and what we're going to do, we're going to make that bigger. What I want to do is just erase everything in here. I love the erase tool, I have to admit. It's just freaking awesome. Okay, so with that in mind, the X-ray cracking is one of the things that we're going to set up and do this differently. And we're going to bring this as a belt. We're going to bring this straight down through here, just like this. Now that we won't be doing any fuel production here, so that will be an issue that we'll need to consider. But we weren't getting a whole lot of fuel production, as you noticed earlier, so that's we're not really losing anything there, are we? And then we're going to need some refineries, and I may have to go get some refineries. I'm not sure that I have any on hand. Yeah, I don't have the extractors. So what we're going to need is we're going to need 4 extra extractors, and we're going to need, well, I should have some that I picked up. That's interesting that I don't. I've got 8 oil refineries. Yeah, well, that's all I need. I don't need an extractor. My bad. And I'm building them in clusters of 3. I need 12. So I'm going to need 4 more. So let's go get that. We're just flying around here in circles. I do need 12 of these in order to make this work at the right ratio. We'll get this set up over here. Oh, and we've got some items in here. And let's see what we have. Where's these refineries? They're not there. Do I not have that out of the refinery? There it is. I was just going to say. I know I've got that. There's the refineries. And that should be the component here. And let's get 4 more of those out of there. So now I've got 12. I've got 2 storage tanks. I'm not going to need, well, actually I'll stack the storage tanks up. That'll be fine. And when we're done here, we will have this rebuilt in a much more efficient manner for what we're going to do. Okay, and with that in mind, we'll drop this out of the air. And here is how we're going to do this. So this will be pretty straightforward. We're going to use production. We're going to use these oil refineries, and we are going to come right down through here. I can put that fairly close there. And then I want to turn this like this right here. This is where I need to get this positioned properly based on the outputs here. That's too close together. Yep, I gotta get the spacing right. I need it over 1 more space. So there's the refinery. Rotate that around. I need the space. Okay, that right there is perfect. And I need space there. Okay, beautiful. And that will allow me to then bring the belts. And now here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this over to here, and I want everything to come in there. And then I will come over here, and I'm going to put it there. I'm only going to bring the refined oil in there. So this, all of the hydrogen will be going into that device. And then right here, we're going to bring this to here, this back to here, and that to there. There we go. That will power that up. Now then, the other thing that I need is to bring the belts. I'm just going to bring the belt to here. And let's see. Should be good enough. Let's just take it out that way. Let's see where I need to go with this thing. I probably want to bring the belts this direction and then bring them into here. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll take that out. There we go. So what I want to do is put a break right there. The belt is going to come right through here. Like that. And what I need now here is, let's go back to here, a splitter. So I'm going to bring a shared belt, bring this out right here. This power thing is going to ultimately be in my way, I think. Might get away with it. Need the energized graphite that's going to go right down through there. Is that energized graphite right there? It is. Okay, so yeah, this will work. This is going to work. Right there. Alright, now then, we're going to put a storage container right here. Like that. And then we are going to put... That'll be perfect. So this will come to here and connect in down through there. That's going to be my energized graphite going down through there. And then what we're going to do is we'll hook this up in just a minute. We'll put a break in it right there, like that. And of course, this is too close within what I'm doing here. That's not going to get in there because of this tower. Well, let's get this thing out of here. We can, let's see here. We'll hook that back in. My drone will go over there and do that. There we go. Okay, there we go. There we go. So this right here is going to be hydrogen. This right here is going to be energized graphite. There we go. And now we hook all this stuff up. We'll get this thing running. So we have these two components here, and we need a power component. So we will put a power component right there. Now that's going to be the fracking blueprint. And we'll copy that and put it in here. There we go. And then this right here is going to be just the regular blueprint. And I believe we have everything we need. Well, we need one more belt. It'll come out through there. Now let's get the first belt in and running some items in. We'll put that in right there. And it will turn on, that'll turn on, and we'll see items feeding in. So this left one will turn on first. And what we need to do is, I need to click that and flip the whole path. There we go. Now they're both on. Now that I have, well, they'll come on solid here in just a minute. They'll both be on. And you can see that this is building up with hydrogen and some of the items that are coming in here. There we go, it's running. So now I can take this and run it out here, and this and run it out here. And what we're going to see here is I've got hydrogen and my components. So let's bring the belt right down through here so that it doesn't back up, otherwise it's just going to back up. it'll probably still back up. But what we need to do is repeat that 3 more times. So it takes a little bit of time to set up, but it's actually a very, very simple little design. And could definitely do with a blueprint to do this. This would be a great opportunity to build a blueprint, because it would make it a whole lot faster to put this in here. But we will rotate this around. Move that over here, move that over here. Alright, and we got the super magnetic build. We'll bring that down through here. We're going to bring that in here. So we got more to do. Let's see. Bring this in, bring this in. And we will connect to here. And then let's see here. Rotate that around again right there. Put it there. And we're going to come right up here. And that's one too far for what I want to do, and to keep it nice and even. There we go. And now that I've got that in there, let's hook all of these up, going back and forth. So this comes to here, this comes back, that goes there. This comes to here, that comes here, this comes back. And we repeat that one more time, like that. Now then, let's see, we take this right here, along with all of the stuff here. We can bring that in here and connect it up right here. That'll hook that up, including the blueprint. That'll be nice. There's that blueprint. And there is that blueprint. Alright, and then we will take that out of there. Keep it nice and neat, and then what we want to do is we need, let's see here. Put that in here. Those turn on and are doing all of their things. And coming down through here, we will collides with another object. Oh, it goes in there. Right there. I guess right there. Put a bunch of them in there. Alright, now we need to bring these over and copy that blueprint. Alright, all of those are in there. And let's see if it will start running here in a second. And it does. We've got this one running, then this one will turn on. Usually this one will turn back off in a second and then cut back on again. We don't have the final one down here running. Alright, we do have the ones in the middle running though, so let's go ahead and hook them up. So that one's going to come out there, that one's going to come out there. And let's see. Oops, I must have clicked the wrong spot. There we go. There we go. That comes out there. Now that one is not running. And I have no, we need to figure out why. That is because the, I guess these got too close together for it to connect up. Let's see if I can get that in here. And it will not connect in. Now that's disappointing. Otherwise I had everything working just great. So I'm going to have to take this one out. I'm going to have to move it over a row. That's not going to be perfect for my logistics system, but I think it'll work. So we'll bring it down to right there. We will come back over in here and rotate this around. Like that. Now let's see if I can get these items to hook up. That hooks up. And that needs to just be that right there. Okay, that'll work. And then we will take this right here, bring that into there, make that blueprint right there. There we go. It's not perfect, but it should work. We should see these two items start to do the refining. Now, I may have to, because of the distance on that, yeah, that's only 0.5 per. So what I need to do is upgrade these. Let's do this right here. Upgrade that, upgrade that. There we go. I believe that'll get everything to working. Let's see if it does. Yeah, it appears to be working nicely. So I can hook that out over there. I can bring this one out right here. I've got everything coming out. I've got two there, I've got two there, one on each end. Now this, when it goes in here, it should start filling the belt up. I should start seeing everything come in here with a full belt. Well, I'm not seeing it fill up the belt yet. I'm seeing gaps in my belt, and I should not be seeing any gaps in my belt. And I believe I should have a full belt. Alright, with that in place now, we can take this right down through here. And that's going to allow me to produce all of the hydrogen. I have everything coming out of there. I do. I've got all that going across. How much of this is been producing? It's a variable amount, which is just strange. That's 0.75 trips. 75 trips. That is 1.5 trips. Let's see if I do the upgrade of these items that are in between here. If this makes it a little bit faster. Alright, that's all running. I'm just going to see if that does anything to the numbers. That's only 11.7. That's 12. That's also 12. And that is 2.24. I am producing more oil out than I'm burning. They are not burning at 100%. They are running consistently, but the refining process is not. Kind of interesting how it's variable values. I don't know if that is due to a change. If there may have been a change somewhere along the way, I'm not sure. That is definitely a possibility that something could have come in and be different, but it is certainly different. Let's see, will you burn the oil? Yes, you will. You'll burn this. We'll just get rid of that out of my inventory. I've got more oil here. We'll throw that in there like that. Okay. We'll eventually get the rest of that in there and burn that up. So I'm not producing a full belt, and that is this is a change that I'm kind of curious about. This is why these things aren't running at 100%. I can see here that it says insufficient power supply. Okay, that does explain it. Alright, with insufficient power supply, let's see. Let's take this right here. We are burning more than we're using. That explains it. Okay. Now then, with that in place, I just need more wind power. And I've got a whole bunch of wind power here. So I will we'll just continue dotting the landscape for a little bit. Need a foundation support over there. We will certainly do that in a second. Oh, I went further over than I needed to there. So let's see this little thing here. Put that in there. Alright, how are we doing on satisfaction? We're not satisfying all of our power even then. So we definitely are going to need more power. Looks like we may have to go get some... Alright, with that in place, let's go see what we're doing here. We do have these items right here, burning power. They are burning it at a pretty solid clip down through there. Okay, we have these coming out of here and producing so those things are running solid, and I think it's definitely a better scenario, but we need more of these power things, and we're getting closer on this. So we've got a couple of minutes here, and we've got more energized graphite here that we can be producing if we need it. So let's put some more power plants back in here and see what we can do. So these, once again, these may be these. We'll put that in here like that. Don't want to put it too close there. We'll put it on this. Just going to put that in there like that and connect them up. We'll produce more power that way. We'll see what we're doing here. We're about 90% on the generation now. And I'm going to... We got plenty of room to hook up more of these things and what we're doing here. So I'm going to put another row of these in as well. And we'll just monitor it for a minute. So that'll go in right there. And we'll put that in there like that. Alright. Now we are at 100% satisfaction. We certainly don't have any we don't have a lot of extra power, but we are producing additional generation capacity. So we can see that. We can see the things starting to move and bring down through here. These are starting to turn on. So we've still got plenty of production down through here. Now, one of the things that I can do, and I learned this yesterday, we're going to come in here and we're going to build a buffer in this line just in case. So what we're going to do, we got a buffer here, so that we're not storing a lot, but we are making more than we're producing. Interesting enough. And that's not coming out near as fast as I would like for it to come out. So let's see here. Let's see what the production is. And we are at 100% satisfaction. I want to use some more of that, but we'll see what we have. We'll take this in just a moment and see what we can do about that, but I'm going to back this off for just a second. Right here. We are going to come in here and I am going to put in one of these. We'll put it down just like that right there. And we'll put the belt going back through. Okay, like that. Now on top of that, I can put a storage container. Maybe not enough storage items. I've got storage items right there. I got those. I got those. Okay. Waiting to be collected. Okay, when I go back over there, it'll collect some more items up. Now this, I can put a couple of items in on here, and if necessary, it will then use this storage for this. So if I cut this line for a second, watch this. It starts building up my graphite storage here. So I've got an overflow system in here, just sitting right on top of the line, and that's right in line. I don't have to do it off the line with connectors. You can actually put it right on top of one of the splitters. That's kind of cool. I didn't know you could do that. So this is building up, and we're going to go see if we can figure out why that's building up. This appears to be burning. We are producing 10 per minute out of this one. 10 per minute out of this one. seems to be producing exactly what I would expect. Let's check the top. Yeah, that's 10 per minute. So the production rate is definitely producing exactly how much I think it would. So I'm not sure why we have any hydrogen backing up. This thing should be taken. They are producing red outputs. The red outputs takes 2N of each per 6 seconds to produce 1 cube. So that is the 6 seconds to build it. So if we're looking at the number of the items coming in, you have to feed in 6 seconds. It's using up 2 items. So that is 1 every 3 seconds. So should I have another stack of these things running to burn it all off? That's an interesting question. And 2N gives me 6. Yeah, that is 1 every 3 seconds, and I am producing. Yeah, well, I'm producing that amount. I got a very full line coming here. So I'm not producing 6 a second of this right here. Although this should be now at 100%. It is at 100%, and it is at the solid 15 per minute. And this is still growing. So we'll figure this out, and then we'll get it balanced out and make sure I've got my math right. But we have changed this up, and we are no longer producing lots of extra empty things that aren't doing any power and are just taking up space. So the fracking makes for a better blueprint, a better way of building things. That is all for today's video. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to hit the like button and leave a comment to let me know what you think. Please subscribe to the channel to be notified when new content is available, and check out the link shown here for more gameplay. Take care.